this is Julie from Intimistic Quilt Company. This is Wool Applique the Basics, Episode 2. For this step, I've got all my wool colors out that we're going to use, and I've got my freezer paper on them. I have a good pair of scissors and my iron. I like to set the iron on the wool setting or just above that. You have to get it hot enough for the freezer paper to stick, but not so hot that you're going to cause the wool to get itchy and scratchy or stiff. This is nice soft wool, and I'm going to try to keep it that way. So I've got the freezer paper wax side down. I've got it set. Where the arrow is, I leave just a little bit of extra wool because that's the part that's going to tuck underneath something else. And then I'm just going to put this on here long enough to get that freezer paper stuck, and that's it. Then I'm just going to cut it out. Where the arrows are, I try to imagine leaving just enough to pin it to something else. So I'm just leaving a little bit of extra right where the arrow is, and then right on the line here where there isn't enough freezer paper to cut it to. Now, if your freezer paper comes off, I usually leave the whole ironing mat and everything out until I get it all cut away, because see how my tips kind of come up? I'll just iron it right back down, because that's my guide and I don't want that to be off. So here we go, and we're going to cut this whole piece out, and we're going to cut the whole bird out this way. Alright, for this part of the lesson we're going to need some pins and all of the pieces that we've cut out. Here's our background fabric, and I am just going to start laying them out together in sections. I'm going to start with the very highest piece, and I am going to pin the pieces together as opposed to pinning them onto the background in sections because of how large this is. Kind of get that eye where I want it to be. And then once I've got it pinned in together in the sections I'm going to sew, I will pin those sections to the background so they don't get lost. Here's our little eye pinned on, and then I'll pin these two pieces together, and I'll take the freezer paper off once I get it pinned right where I want it to be. And I'm just pinning right in that 1/16 of an inch here, right on the corner where that little extra fabric is. If you don't do this, it ends up sliding underneath as you sew it together, and you end up with a smaller finished product than you expected. So, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to steadily go through and just pin it together a little at a time. Here's my bird all laid out and pinned together. Most of the pins are piece to piece with just a few pins holding it to the background, just so that it's all together and I won't lose anything. And for our next video, we will start sewing. Alright, that's it for now. Stay tuned for our next episode where we actually get to sew.